Halal Yahuwah. Praise Yahuwah always. Um, I'm an introvert, so I'm not gonna look at. I hope nobody get on, because normally if people get on, I get off. Um, um, but just a life update because I need to catch up. Um, I did not realize I was orphaned. Um, Dang, my computer about to die. Should have checked that. It's okay. Um, Life is wild. Um, I don't even know where to begin. This was a healing journey. I started 5 years ago with my daughter. Um, she's no longer with me. In 2002, Killeen, Texas, police broke in, brutally assaulted me and my daughter and kidnapped us. Um, they be deleting my videos because of the truth and stuff I talk about. When I was in the first or second grade, because they put me back a grade when that happened. Um, Hillary Clinton attempted to kidnap us. I always thought it was an attempt until last year when I realized when we were taken to foster in 2004 um, that was the grab. I did not realize because in the time after the failed kidnapping attempt, when she tried to kidnap me from the parade, um, CPS that connected us with the Clintons, that connected through the school and stuff, because the CPS had it where they took away my mom's rights. They said that she was mentally a child stuck at the age that her mom was murdered, um, and gave her basically like gave my aunt the rights over my mom. Um, all of this stuff can be fact checked. My mom, Regina Davis, still lives in a boarding care program to this day while she owns land. They give her $1,000 a month check. She owns land. Nobody lives on it but a county social worker, a drug dealer, and my aunt. They tried to set me up to go to that land so that CPS could get involved and take my child. I was extremely scared of men at the time, since going to jail and witnessing, the abuse and stuff that they go through. Since being out of jail, like, and realizing that guys are attracted to me the same way I'm attracted to women, I stopped being a little disgusted, or I am mostly disgusted by men. And if it ain't my husband, I don't really fuck with. Dang, my battery about to die. Hold on. We were raised and groomed to be basically prostitutes. But I don't like men, so it backfired. The government, my granddad worked with the CIA, so not only sowing drugs throughout our community, but he also sex trafficked his children and grandchildren. Me, that built up this anger and hate in me, mostly towards men. I blacked out for a long time that I was being raped and abused by women too, because while I was being raped and abused, I was being told you're evil. When I was a kid, I was I was left alone a lot. Like, I used to play with my cousins and stuff. We used to chill in the pool. I was my grandma owned land. She was a CPS worker. She was indigenous Indian. She graduated. She was one of the ones that graduated from the schools, and ended up working for the government to bring her own people back into the system. Um, she had her own land, my granddad. up the street had his own land. People don't listen. When I got on here, it's and I was speaking about whatever everybody was saying. Oh, she only cares about herself. I just came out of being abused, and the immediate response was, "Oh, she only cares about herself." That, in my mind, fuck everybody, because nobody cared. But I'm still warning people. I don't know. I was isolated. I didn't understand. I didn't realize I was orphaned. When we were taken to foster in 2004, we got adopted by my aunt a year later. The same that they they gave they gave us to my aunt in around 2000. When we were set up there, it was a lot of sexual and physical abuse. I was being drugged. They sent us back with my aunt. The sexual abuse that happened in the foster care. Every time I told, I was made and wrote about to be a liar and all of this stuff. It's still too traumatic to get into. They say like, oh, the story is going to change, because as you heal, you're able to talk about more. It's hard for me to focus on it because I'm still running. I'm running physically and I'm running in my body. I woke up at 6 years old with my uncle in between my legs, hanging over a couch. That is hard to process. That makes me want to take his head off. There's so much more that happened. The neighbor, his best friend, was a police officer. As a kid, you're not connecting all these dots. Tyler and Terrence, dad. When I say the government is sex trafficking children, I was one of the children. My sister, still to this day, and they're trying to take her child. She just had a child 1 year. Her case manager, her house manager, telling her, giving her all kind of laced advice so that they could take her child. I grew up watching my mom be physically and sexually abused, and then me being abused in front of her. I escaped my child. Some of those videos is on here when it was just me and my child homeschooling. The police broke in and kidnapped me and my child. They try to keep you. I didn't realize I was still being. I didn't report it to the police because I had just. My connection was unstable. I had been assaulted by the police and they kidnapped my child. So I wasn't reporting it to the police. I was reporting it to the HR of the apartments so that they could get their staff in order to stop harassing me. But then it just kept progressing to where I was hit with a 3-day notice. I never got a 3-day. I never been evicted. except for I was evicted once when the Killeen police kidnapped us. Um, but then still, that was a 30-day notice. I reported sexual assault, and then I got hit with a 3-day notice. That's illegal. Um, the government is sex trafficking children. I can't say everything right. When I reported that my aunt's boyfriend was sexually harassing me, and we were sent to Safe House in Riverside, California, and the setup that they did there, and basically when they failed, still degraded me and told me that I was lying, this and that, and I was this unruly. And I didn't realize that when I told and spoke up, I was going to sound spoiled because I didn't. They told us we was poor. I thought we was poor because we lived in the dirt. My granddad owned land. My aunt bought 3 houses because she was CIA informant for the government. Um, I did not realize that people. I thought they tell you that you're poor, and if they want you to just have that mindset. So when I'm telling, so when I'm telling the first person, when I'm telling people and how they responded to me, they looking at me like you spoiled this and that because they don't got land and this and that. Don't nobody even care anyway. Because I didn't know that not everybody owned land. I did not know that. I did not know that. Um. So as I'm telling it, I'm sounding spoiled, but uh, I was raped and abused my entire life. I ran for my life.